Oh, there it is.
What up, ladies and gents? Last minute cancellation. You know what that means. It must be close to the holidays.
Ooh,
Let's
yeah,
get this show started today. 4 immediate strategies or 4 immediate selling or steps. Sorry. 4 immediate steps to take while selling in the COVID world. There we go. I knew I was going to get it out at some point. All right. I should have just hit the intro video like I wanted to. Here we go.
Shut up and sit down.
The Business Bros Podcast was created for you. Learn from the business professionals who come to share their stories. Find out what's working in business and social media, what's hot and what's not, straight from the mouths of successful entrepreneurs out there doing the real work. And now, welcome to another episode of
Business Bros. Yeah. What up, ladies and gents? We got a different looking look to the show here. We got a new banner, new background.
All this stuff?
Always modifying, always changing. By the way, now we're on the opposite side. You notice that? Like you're on the left, I'm on the right.
Notice that. Oh,
it's only because of the way the picture is. I've spent so much time on the other side. I was like, time to flip over to the right side. You can go to the left side.
All right, that's cool. Whatever, it's fine.
It works. All right, ladies and gents.
Yeah. Because your the icon up above your head and behind you, like that's flipped.
It all lines up. All lines
up.
No.
I was talking about the UEs behind you.
Oh, the UE's behind me. Yeah. They're usually the other way around, like in our upper right hand logo. But now we're gonna go this way because this is a new look. Let us know what you think of the new background, the new design. It's kind of fun. We're just playing with stuff, and it's always modify and adapt. We're not modifying and adapt, trying to grab attention as we.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Exactly my point.
We're here for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for you.
We are here for you. All right, ladies and gents, just a quick reminder, rate, subscribe, review. Let us know how we're doing on the show. If you're having fun watching us, follow us on all our social media at Business Bros Pod. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you can go to www.businessbros.biz/podcast guest. But just remember, that waiting list is like 8 weeks long. So if you do book a spot and then you can't make it, let us know so we can fill up one of our last minute spots, businessbros.biz/last minute. But for the most part, this is something that we've learned in doing this for quite some time now. As we near 2.5 years going, this is our third holiday season.
This is our third holiday season. Yes.
So we've learned, for all of you who are doing podcasts, is that people tend to book during this time, but also tend to not make it during this time. Something always comes up, and that's okay. So what we did, just so you guys are aware, next week is Thanksgiving weekend, or Thanksgiving week. So we have 0 guests lined up for that week. Literally closed off the entire week.
Nada.
Not sure if we're even going to come on and do a live. We probably will, because that's just how we roll. We're a consistent bunch here at the Business Bros Podcast. But the last 2 weeks of December, same with this week and Thanksgiving, just so that we can make sure that you guys are spending time with your families. Another little shout out for this week. Let's make sure that we shop local. I know we got Black Friday coming out. I know Amazon's going to have some great stuff on sale. I know Walmart will. I know Target will. I know all those big stores are going to do that. But it's COVID time, and this is one of those things that we're talking about today. Today's episode is going to be talking about the 4 immediate steps to take when selling in the COVID world. So, as an entrepreneur,
but getting back to that though.
Yeah, but as an entrepreneur, talking about how you're selling things, what to do during that time is important. On the other side, as entrepreneurs, we are also consumers, right? We live our lives and we're consuming products all the time. So if you're going to shop during this next week for stuff, consider shopping local. There's a lot of businesses who have been hurting. They don't get the same walk-through traffic. They don't get the same the income that's been coming in all year. Things have changed. And with another lockdown looming, that's the rumor, right? That's the rumor. I heard Australia went into lockdown. I heard Italy went into lockdown again. And this is just what I'm hearing on TikTok. So it's not like verified news or anything like that. I'm not saying I know all these things that I've verified any of this stuff, but that's the rumor. Cases supposedly going up. It's flu season. So, all those things are kind of lined up. And if we do go into another lockdown, those businesses are going to be hurting. Those restaurants are going to be hurting. The fact that they have to have patrons that are outside, those people are going to be hurting. So support your local vendors, support your local businesses, support your local restaurants, especially during this week of Thanksgiving. Hit them up, order some food. If you're not a turkey person, cool. Get some Chinese, get some Filipino food. If you're in national cities, all kinds of great places for you guys to grab food, have social functions. Maybe you're not going to, get the entire family together. If you're doing a small family get together, shop local, try to get all your stuff as local as you possibly can. All right, let's. Dude, this is one of the cool things I love about when you and I do a show. We're just gonna run with all these movie clips. We get to play them like crazy. I always feel like I have to, I always feel like I have to be a little polite when there's a guest on, but when it's me and you, we just drop them like crazy. We don't care.
Absolutely.
We're just gonna drop them. All right, let's get into this article. So selling in a COVID world, what are the 4 immediate things? So we already kind of discussed a little bit about what's going on in the world, right? We already went through a lockdown almost 8 months ago exactly almost, right? March 13th is when we went into our first lockdown. We're heading into November. Looks like things are heading in that direction. So what can you do if you're selling in a COVID world, right? So let's top up number 1 right here. Number one is... Boom.
Did we do it?
Oh,
okay.
You know what I did? I did do it, and I, for whatever reason, saved it as a ticker. But I don't want that. Let me just change it. Boom. There we go. Number 1. The value you provided yesterday might be irrelevant. So a lot of us are in this business space, and we've been doing things the way we've been doing them for a number of years, right? And our old man and grandparents and all these different places, like it comes from, this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. And although that's true for a lot of the fundamentals that we do, especially in the sales gig, the information that you're providing may not be relevant anymore. James and I were having this discussion about how we work with our team. When we recruit a new agent, there were certain things that we used to do in the past. Things like we would get them a pipeline polo shirt so that they can take CE classes. We would get them business cards ordered so that they can hand those out. We're starting to look at those things like, I don't even think we need those. There's not a real reason for them anymore. So looking at what you're doing to kind of verify, look at the value that you provided yesterday, it just may not be relevant today, right? I do want my team to market themselves, right? I do want them to talk to people and be able to hand out a business card, but being able to talk to people today is not the same. Being able to hand somebody something is not the same. So how do we shift that? How do we take that same thought process where we stand in front of a client or we get in front of people and tell them what it is we do? How do we take that and bring it into a new post-COVID world? How are we going to shift the value that we're bringing? For us, for example, this podcast and the content that we create for people and the network that we've created is one of those opportunities that we're putting into play for our prospective clients, for our prospective insurance agents. We're trying to find other avenues so that they can get in front of people and tell them what it is they do. James and I have been talking a lot about what is it that we need to offer our agents so that we can turn the volume up and recruit like crazy. And last week, if you guys didn't catch it, we were interviewing Sean Castrina on the show. He's the 10-Minute Entrepreneur podcast. And that was
a great episode.
It was a great episode. And he basically, laid it down in simple terms. And he's like, look, you need to find their biggest pain point. And when you identify their biggest pain point, make sure that you can solve that problem, solve that exact issue, make a bold statement, and then go out and find the solution to that. So James and I were sitting back and we're talking about each other. We're talking about this particular scenario, and we're thinking about what is the biggest pain point that our insurance agents are struggling with? What is the biggest pain point that you as a real estate agent are struggling with? You know what? What's the biggest pain point that you as a business are struggling with? And that's
pretty
really
much always how it works.
Always how it works. And it always comes down to, I need more leads. I need more business. And so, in thinking about how
we get more people in the door.
How do you get more people in the door? See, our ideal customer is not necessarily you who needs the home insurance policy. Yes, we would love to write your home insurance policy, but in our business, our target is really our target audience, or the person that we're going after, is not really the person who needs insurance. We're looking for that person that wants to add insurance into their business. We want that person that wants to build a true business or add an income stream into their business through the power of insurance, and we handle all the back end support and that sort of stuff. So when we're looking at what we've built, we've been taking things out of our customers' hands, right? Out of our insurance agents' hands. We're like, look, I know the paperwork sucks. Let me do it for you. Look, I know putting together those binder packs suck. Let me do it for you. Look, I know shopping it out with the carrier sucks. Let me do it for you. And this mentality of let's put together a system so that those things are getting done has really shrunk the amount of responsibilities that the agent now has to do. We're trying to bring more value to that end user so that there's a more reason why they want to come to us. So the biggest problem that we've identified is the same problem that most customers have, but this is the one that we're working on, is how do we get you more clients? Right? How do we get you as the insurance agent more money in your pocket? And so we've identified a strategy that we're implementing so that we can boldly say to our prospects, you will never have to cold call again. Every lead you get will be a warm lead, and it will be up to you. All you have to do is be the front part of the business. You have to communicate with them, and you have to present what we provide for you. But everything on the back end, from lead generation to writing the business to creating all the paperwork, is all going to be done for you. What do you think of that, Ham?
I mean, you're absolutely right. It's where we are. It's like it's not quite a change of direction. It's everything that we've been working towards. It's everything that we've been working on, but we've done it so much better. I mean, one of the big changes for us, one of the biggest game changers, was learning about automations. And that's where I spend the majority of my time now, is working on automations, working on SOPs, making sure that, the systems are in place for anybody to be able to work the system. So one of the things that we're working on, one of the ways that we want to challenge the status quo, change the game, is if you hire someone, typically you have to teach them how to do all this insurance stuff. You have to actually be the one physically teaching them how to do it, because there's no other way. You're the one that has to do it. You hire somebody, you teach them how to do it. But we have the system in place where there's a lot less teaching involved, and we take over a lot more of it. So it's a lot simpler. It's a much easier process to just basically plug and play somebody. And what we've done is built the system. What we have, what the challenge is getting the people in place to work the system. Yeah. So, and it's just funny that we're going back and forth here. Now we're looking for two different types of people. We're looking for the people who have clientele and want to add insurance into their business. And then we have, on the other hand, the people who have their insurance license but don't have a lot of clientele. So tying those two together.
So this leads into what we're doing here, which is reevaluating our content. And we do this all the time. So if you hang out with us on a Sunday when we're watching football, James is actually going through his week sheet, creating whatever he needs to accomplish for the week, reevaluating how the last week was. But then we get into our session of figuring out what we're going to do content-wise for this week. And the
majority of what I'm flipping through here is just ideas when we do our brainstorm sessions, and I just write down everything that we think about.
And that's where we start to reevaluate the content, right? I mean, the Business Bros has been around 609 episodes now. So we've gone through a number of different things. We focused our attention on the real estate side when I was trying to focus on growing that side of the business. But right now, our main focus is growing our insurance company. We want to turn that into the business that is front loading our main income stream for us individually. And that means in order for us to succeed, in order for us to get what we want, we have to help enough people get what they want. And we understand that right off the bat. So when we're reevaluating our content, everything that we're designing, whether it's our funnel system, whether it's our stories on a daily basis, whether it's the content that we're putting out on our show, whether it's the way we ask questions when we interview people, all those different things are being designed to pull specific information out of people. We want to ask them, if you noticed when I interviewed Sean, for example, or even people all last week, I'm asking them very specific questions. And this is one of the reasons why I tell you guys you should have a podcast, because I get to interview people who have already achieved a level of success that I want to achieve.
Yep.
And instead of me asking them general questions now of like, how did you get there, Bo? I'm asking them specifically, like, this is my business. This is where I'm at. What would you think, or what would you do? That's the greatest type of support that you can get from people. That's like reading a book and then asking the author a question and the author gets to answer back. Like that's amazing. That's powerful. So anyways,
basically what you're saying is you want to get Russell Brunson on the show.
Oh, absolutely. That's gonna happen. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm gonna have on the show. They just don't know it yet, but they're gonna be on the show. So reevaluating your
Gary,
content.
Russell, we're talking to you guys.
Exactly. There's a bunch. All right. So reevaluating your content. Your content, you might have a video that you've been playing on your website for a long time, and guess what? Everybody's outside. They're having a great time. They're maybe you're a caterer and you have all kinds of great, beautiful events, lovely weddings. That is not working right now. That is not happening right now. You're not having 200, 300 people at an event. So showing people that type of content is not going to get you the customers that you're looking for. You need to show people the content that's solving today's problem for them today. So, shout out to Casanova Fish Tacos. If you guys haven't checked out the parody that we did for them, it's a ludicrous parody. It's on our YouTube page. It's fun stuff, right? But again, that in itself, it's a great promo for them. It was fun to film it, but they can't do those kinds of events right now. But if you check out what they're up to, they're showing you how they're handling, and they're taking pictures and they're doing Instagram lives, and they're showing you. Hector's showing you how he's out there providing you a drive-by event and with fish tacos, and he's showing you how it's safe, and he's showing you how he's maintaining all social distancing rules, and he's doing all these different things so that he's an efficient business. He's showing you that we're not going out of business. We're still doing what we're doing. We're doing it the right way, and that's the kind of content that you want to bring to the table. That's the kind of content you want to work on. For us,
a 10.
I love him, dude. R.I.P. He passed away.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. I played it for somebody the other day, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "No way, dude."
Dang,
Bubba. All right. Anyways, sorry. So, anyways, so revalue. Dude, I played that perfectly on the last one, huh?
You did. You
on the
nailed
Insurance Bro Show, dude, that was a great plot. Dude, that was a great point. So, if you guys don't know, we do a show at 2:30 every single day called the Insurance Bro Show. It's geared towards insurance agents because, like, guess what, ladies and gents, that's what we're trying to build, right on that side. So they were talking about. We had a guy from New York Life on today, and he was talking about how when somebody passed away, somebody that he knew that was close to him passed away, and it was a sad moment in time because the person passed away, but financially it was a great moment because they had planned for the just in case, and if the just in case happened, and when it happened, they didn't, the wife didn't have to move out, the kids were taken care of, and this happened years later. So that's the up and down side of having those life insurance policies, by the way, is those things happen when you die, because it's not an if, it's when you die. Hopefully it's later better than sooner, right? Or because you don't want to say sooner better than later.
Yeah,
so
no, later better than sooner.
You want to make sure that it's already hard enough to deal with the emotional aspect of it. You don't want to compound it with having the financial aspect of it. So anyways, I played the clip, and I felt a little awkward about it, but it was good. It was good. It landed perfect.
Yeah, he was laughing.
He was laughing.
So it's good.
All right, I'm gonna move on to another one. So the next one is collaborate, don't pitch.
Yeah.
This is huge. This goes back. This ties back to what we're working on right now. So we were talking about how we're looking for two ideal types of clientele. So if you are an accountant, if you are in the mortgage business, if you are in payroll, we want to talk to you. And our pitch is very, very simple. And it says don't pitch, but it's a collaboration, right? Our pitch is a collaboration. Our pitch is, look, I know insurance can help you. I know that you have so many clients that you're leaving money on the table. We want to do all the work for you. So we're going to bring somebody on board. We're going to show you how the only line you're ever going to have to learn is, by the way, let me introduce you to the head of my insurance department. That is like the only line you're going to have to learn. And we will handle the rest. We will prospect the book for you. We will write the business for you. We will present the business for you. And if you collaborate with us, we will cut you a check.
Show me the money!
right? Assuming you get a license, we will cut you the check. And that's the pitch, right? And it's not so much as a pitch as we want to work with you. That's a collaboration effort. And if you're not one of those people, if you're not an accountant and you're not a CPA, you're not a payroll company, you're not a tax office, you're not a mortgage office, that's okay. We want to show you how adding insurance into your repertoire, into the things you do, we can connect you with the people who are already in that business. That's a collaboration that we're working on. This is reevaluating our content. This is identifying who we want to work with. This is giving them the opportunity. If you're an insurance agent and you've never done insurance before, we're going to train you on how to use our system. We're going to do all the back end support so the paperwork is correct. We're going to make sure that, all the payment processing, all the carrier information, we're going to take care of all of that. And you want warm leads? That's cool, because we got a group of accountants, tax professionals, mortgage people who want more money coming into their business. We're going to part you.
You're telling me there's a chance.
That's how it works, right? Find the way to solve people's problems. If you're a tax office, you're only getting income from January to April. Maybe you get a little more on October 15th, but for the most part, that's it. If we come to you and say, hey, I'd like to cut you a check, would you be interested? They might take you up on that offer, right? And
60% of the time, it works every time.
Dude, you're on point today.
I mean, you're just hitting all the buttons.
I'm just hitting all of them, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you're an insurance agent, you need to grow. We got that squared away for you too, dude. And dude, kudos to you, man, because you spend so much time developing a lot of these systems and automations. And I don't think people quite realize. I mean, we're the business bros, right? But I don't think people understand the difference in having a self-employed job and being a business owner. And what you've developed on the back end for the insurance agency, for Pipeline Team San Diego, that is the power of creating a business, dude. Like, you can walk away for a week and everything will operate. You can call in, maybe you can be in Hawaii chilling on the beach all week long and just kind of check in with Angel. Hey, Angel, how's it going? Oh, we did this and this and this. You can pull up reports and say, look, we have metrics on the rise. Oh, look, we're hurting this area. Maybe we should adjust here. But you've developed not only the systems, but you've developed a team to run those systems. And you've done something that's impressive that I don't think many self-employed people will ever understand. But you've gotten out of your own way. Like, you implemented a system and then you're like, okay, team, you're in charge of that. Go. And you put metrics, KPIs and metrics in place to say, look, this is the goal. This is where we're after. Where are we at? And each of them holds each other accountable because they all want to achieve the same goal. Everybody's on the same bus because we're all going in the same direction. And you rearrange the seats so that everybody's in the right seat and they're all doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing at any given time. We can look that up. That's impressive.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's a lot of work. I put a lot of work into it, but really when it comes down to it, I can build the systems all day long. It comes down to just writing. One of the new ones that I'm working on right now, we're working with the Hartford, and they want us to do this. We're collaborating with them, but in order to do what they're asking us to do, I have to write the SOPs. I have to write the CRM automations so that my team can run that system. Otherwise it's like, okay, what do you want me to do? This person's telling me this, and then this person's telling me this, and then this person's telling me something different. So all I do is I get all of that information, put it down in one paper, show it to them and say, is this what you want me to do? Yes. Okay, cool. This is what we're going to run with then. But making all those systems work together, creating all of those rules and regulations, the SOPs, and then transferring those into automations so that when one step gets done, the next step automatically populates and tells, the person that's running it what to do next. Like, that's the hard part. That's the taking part.
But that's the part, that's where the money's at, right? And that's where most of us procrastinate on.
That's the difference, though, between working in your business and working on your business. If I was working in my business, I would be working 12 hours a day trying to get, all of these policies, all of this stuff done so that this collaborative effort with the Hartford would work out. But I'd be working, 12 hours a day just writing, just going through those documents and getting that stuff done. But instead, I'm writing the system. I'm writing the instructions so that other people can get those things done for me.
And here and again, man, this is this is a whole different topic, so I don't want to go into that. But again, getting out of your own way, right? Understanding that it's not gonna be perfect every single time. The person who's working the system, if they mess up, it's not that the person messed up; it's that your system wasn't correct yet.
100%.
So you modify the system, and then the level will get better. So
Right.
that's the beautiful part.
And it also takes those people to to implement the new thing, right? Like if there's something that didn't work and the person who's running the system, or me, in my position, I realize that it's not working. So I give new instructions. It's up to those people to take those instructions and, continue to build on those as well. So, I mean, I always say, when things are good, it's because my team is amazing. When things are bad, it's because I didn't do it right.
I like that. All right, last one that we got right here before we end the show today. Do not lose low-hanging fruit. What is low-hanging fruit? This is all the deals that are already right there. Like literally, I have an orange tree, a little tangerine tree sitting in my backyard, and it is about to bear fruit. Like all the little oranges are like yellowish. They're about to turn orange. They're ready to go. Low-hanging fruit means I can reach up and just grab that. In business, when we're talking about your low-hanging fruit, we're talking about how about all the people that you've already done business with, the people that are already on your email list, the people who have bought from you in the past, the people who already know who you are, they like you, they trust you, they've bought from you in the past. Why are you reaching out to them? Maybe you had events that got canceled. Reach out to them. See how you can help solve their problem. If you have people that have pulled back because of revenue scarcity when COVID first started, hit them back up. Maybe they've modified the way they've been doing business. Maybe they've modified the way they've been operating, and you can come in and help them. There's all kinds of people that are already in your circle that you could be working on right now. And if not, when you talk to them about what's going on in their circle, you might be able, and when you share with them, they might be able to send you information. They might share with you a little bit about what they're doing and how they changed and how they modified, and learn those lessons, because they may affect the way you do business. If the way your vendors are operating has completely changed and you have no idea how they're operating now, how's that going to change the way you operate in the future? Are you going to continue that relationship with that vendor, or is that vendor going to cancel you out because you didn't modify to the way that things are going now? So you want to check in with the people who are already part of your sphere, who are already part of your circle, to see how things have affected them, so that you can modify the way you're doing things and maybe add to your product base. Maybe you can modify the way you do your service. So like James was talking about with a whole Hartford collaboration, you modify your SOPs or your systems that are in place. All those things are the low-hanging fruit that are sitting right in front of you. And you want to make sure that you put yourself in your customer shoes, put yourself in your vendor shoes. What are they feeling right now? What are they going through right now? That's a perspective that you need to put yourself in, because when you're looking at what they are going through, it's different than how am I going to pay my bills, right? Most of us, when we get in a particular situation where we're stressed out, where we're worried about how I'm going to pay the mortgage, how I'm going to pay the rent, how I'm going to make payroll, we start to think about me, when really the solution is on everybody else. If you can solve that person's problem using your product or service, you're going to have more people that have similar types of problems, and you're going to solve their problems with your product or service. And that means more money coming your way. So you have to take a different approach to the problems that you're having. Take a step back, and trust me, I've been there. I've been there where the accounts get close to zero or at zero or negative, right? And you have to transfer money from other things. I've been there before. The broke is a temporary position. Broke still happens to us every once in a while to this day. Like it happens. You get to the broke level, the income comes in that you were expecting, the commission check comes in that you're expecting, and now you're back at it again, right? But we don't want to live in a roller coaster income stream, right? You don't want to live as from paycheck to paycheck. You want to make sure that you establish yourself the right way. So go after that low-hanging fruit. Don't let that stuff slip away from you. Right now, more than ever before, you should be communicating with your existing clientele. Getting new clients is much more difficult in COVID than it was in the past, because you don't have that human to human connection anymore. You don't have that. So reach out to the people that are already around you. Ask for that referral. See how many people you can help. Ask what problems they're going through, because that's where the solutions are going to lie. That's where your business is going to grow. There are a lot of companies out there that have thrived during the COVID season that have excelled. Why? Because A, they weren't afraid to ask for the business. And B, they were always looking to solve problems. Those are the two things you got to do when you're talking to somebody about doing business with you. What problems are they going through? Can you solve their problems? And doing that alone, just doing that alone, I promise you will get you more referrals than you've ever thought possible. Sometimes the problems that you're going to solve aren't with your product or service. You're just going to refer them to somebody. You're going to show them a way out. You're going to tell them what you're doing. But they're going to be ultimately grateful for that. Your low-hanging fruit, those customers that already know, like, and trust you, you don't have to sell them again. They already know, like, and trust you. They already had a good experience with you. That's why they're part of your circle. So see what's going on in their lives, see how you can help them, see how you can refer business to them, and it will come back in abundance. I promise you. But don't be afraid to ask for the business and ask and find out what problems your customers are going through and help them solve those.
Hell yeah. As you're talking, I'm thinking of Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. I finished it for the third time this morning. And, what he talks about is if the product product or service that I provide can solve this major pain point of yours, then you have to give me money, right?
That's how it works.
That's how it works. So the more problems that you can solve for people, the more money that you're going to make. And yeah, absolutely. The low-hanging fruit is the people that you've already done business with. Find out what their pain points are and find ways to help them with that. So if you can solve their problem, they will pay you for it.
All right, ladies and gents, that's all we got for you guys today. Have a great rest of your Monday afternoon. Hopefully you guys like the new design. I don't know. It's kind of our thing. We have some fun with it.
I dig it.
I digs it too. All right, ladies and gents. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Business Bros Podcast. Are you looking to get more clients or to increase your income? Hernan, the Business Bro, can help you generate referrals through the power of podcasting. And James, the Insurance Bro with Pipeline Insurance, can help you effectively add insurance to your existing business. If you are ready to create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, email businessbros@csfirst.com to schedule a free consultation. Or join the Business Bros Network, www.businessbros.biz.